Hi, it's Sean Chewy. I'm alive, just been getting my degree done. Now that it's all over, I can finally sit down and play some Animal Crossing. Today, we'll be decorating the area around my resident services on my island Enfys, and it's something that I've wanted to do for quite a while now, so it should be pretty spicy. First, let me show you what the area looks like right now. So, running over here, you can see my resident services is actually on an island, and yes, I did take inspiration from Tiger. I set up a pipe here for easy access to my storage, and I've actually flattened the whole place down, just so that it's a lot easier when we start decorating. I wanted to do resident services up for a while now because every time my villagers come here, they just sit in the flatlands, doing their thing, and I just want to give them the place that they deserve. You know, they paid money to come all the way to Enfys, and I feel like they should be getting 5-star service. So over here, I've gathered all these items for the build, and without further ado, let's get started. So the main idea was to create some sort of market area on the right side of the island. It didn't really matter where it was, as long as there was some sort of place where I could walk through an area that had a variety of stalls. And by variety I mean 3, because I wanted to follow the rule of 3s. 3 stalls that I definitely wanted were number 1, some sort of coffee cafe thing, which is a bit cliche, but I mean, you can't really go wrong with the cafe, can you? The kind of goods that a cafe sells is, it breaks up the more retail aspect of my other 2 stalls, which are a fruit stand and a flower stand. So very natural theme, keeping with the decor of my island. I just like it to be very windy and serene and peaceful, and therefore we sell things like fruits and flowers and not weapons. Right now I'm decorating the fruit stand, and I decided to incorporate every single fruit. Well, I wish I could incorporate every single fruit on my island, but I have limited space, so I used a fruit basket, and I actually used a cacao tree because they look like fruits and you can say that they're mangoes. Well, let's just say, okay, use your imagination, but I think it turned out pretty decently. And if you notice, I actually used the umbrellas, the umbrella illusion that has been going around, and literally I saw that on someone's Reddit or Instagram, and I thought, wow, I have to be hip, I have to keep with the kids, but mostly because they look really good. So I made them into fruit crates, and they sit perfectly behind the fruit stand. So throughout this video, you're gonna notice that the time of day changes, and that's because this monstrosity of a build took like 2 whole days to record and so long to edit. I think it's been like a week of me editing because there's so much footage, and I'm just like, oh my god, I don't want to sit through like 5 hours of footage, but it's okay. I did it in the end, and it turned out fantastic. Right now, I'm building the flower stand that goes right beside the fruit stand, and my idea was to incorporate many different kinds of flowers because the more the better, right? You get more variety and more things to choose from. So you can see I used a terrarium, a mini cactus set, I used an anthurium plant, and even the cherry blossom bonsai. And one item that I'm quite proud of myself for choosing was the carnations, the new limited edition item that just came out recently for Mother's Day, I believe. Not quite sure, but I wanted to incorporate these new items into the build somehow, and I think they added such a pop of color to the flower stand. So very happy with how that turned out. So what I'm doing here is I'm starting to build this kind of seating area in front of the marketplace, and that's because I wanted to break up the kind of stall aesthetic that's going on back there with a seating area, which makes sense because it's right in front of the cafe. And you just saw the day change because I went to sleep. It was like 1 a.m. But anyway, I'm continuing this seating cafe area. It's turning out pretty cute, I think. So here's a little tip for all you builders out there, which is like the whole community. But if you want to spice up an area, you can always use some subtle custom designs. Like you can see I have small clovers, and you can put them under things like chairs or whatever you're decorating with. The custom design just makes it a little bit more full, but make sure that you don't go too overboard with the custom designs and fill every single tile, or the space will become very busy and your eye won't really know where to focus. Not too much, you know? It's kind of like cooking. You don't want to put too much salt. I left a bunch of empty spaces so that the places with the custom designs really stand out. One tip I can give for your builds is to always make use of the record players to change the music. And you can see I'm going to do it in a second. It gives your place more character than, you know, just the usual hourly music. So you just saw like a tree and 2 chairs appear, and the reason for that is because of my capture card not wanting to cooperate and giving me screen tears. So unfortunately I had to cut out part of the footage that wasn't very let's just say watchable. And here's me decorating the little camping area beside. I wanted a bit of a different vibe so that it's not all cafe. Do you know that meme where it's like the guy shooting the astronaut and it's like it's all cafe? It always has been. And surprise, here's a reminder for you to drink water, take care of yourself. Have you washed your face? Have you brushed your teeth? Have you fed your cat? Take care of yourself, dude. Like, you only have one body, so make sure you're doing all your dailies and being healthy and being mentally healthy, and enjoy the rest of the video. And now we've started the final part of this build, which is a forest walkway on the left side. I wanted to keep the left side a bit more functional because I find myself running back and forth between my entrance and the top part of my island. So I wanted a way where I can decorate it, it still looks nice and full, but at the same time I can just easily run through whenever I need it without having tons of items, you know, stuck in my way. So I decided to plant lots of trees on each side, and you'll see later that I'll do flowers and shrubs. Just keep it natural and peaceful and pretty. Now, since we've got a bit of time, I want to talk about something that I see a lot in the Animal Crossing community. I've seen a lot of people in comments or in videos or whatever saying, oh my god, my island is so ugly, it's trash, and like insert YouTuber's name of the video that they're watching, your island is so pretty and I could never be like yours. And also, people say, whenever I log on to the game, I look at my island and it's a dumpster fire, and I get overwhelmed because there's so much to decorate and do that I just log off after 5 minutes of wandering around and not knowing what to do. The most important words of advice that I have are to love your island. Your island is the only island that you log in every single day and you play and you have fun on. Don't forget, the whole point of Animal Crossing is to have fun and relax, and it came out during a global pandemic, which was a time where we needed a way to entertain ourselves and escape. It's not a competition, or at least it's not supposed to be, so don't let your mind turn it into a competition by when you see all these gigantic, fantastic builds. So what? In the world, there are many different kinds of people, and every one of them is different, right? It's totally okay if your island only uses the default pathways, or if your island doesn't use any custom designs. That's still alright, because at the end of the day, you should be happy with your own island, and you shouldn't base that off what you see on other people's islands, because they're not the ones playing on your island. You are. No matter how nice their island is, it doesn't affect you in any way. So when I started this island, I went for like a more cottagecore approach, and you can see that when I hit to the top of this path, there are some brown paths there. I actually made like a whole cooking campy area for Eric, and I loved it at the start, but after a while I realized that it wasn't that nice, so I took it down and I made it into a lake. And that's alright, I don't regret it, because even though I eventually took the place down, I still learned from that experience. And that's what it should be. It should be about how you decorate and how you grow. If you build something and you don't like it, you can always take it away. Don't be afraid to just start and build. Do up your Nook's Cranny that you've left for 3 months. Work on your entrance that's been sitting there for a while. Don't be scared, because there is no one to be afraid of except yourself. So that was philosophical. We're nearing the end of the build now, so I'll see you in a few seconds for the final reveal. Bye! Thank you so much for watching this video. It took a long time, but it was really worth it in the end, and I'm very happy with how it came out. Now every time I log onto the game, you can see my villagers just chilling and vibing in resident services instead of a barren flatland. Well, if you like this video, you could give it a like, and if you really liked it, you can feel free to subscribe for more Animal Crossing videos. I hope you're taking care of yourself and have a great rest of the week. With all that said, see you in the next video. Bye!